and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck.
Wake up.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
And together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about, is your sleeping position creating your pain? So we sleep like a third of our life, right?
Sure.
And for some of us, maybe less. But during that third of your life, if you're in a wrong position, you could be causing pain.
Yeah,
or contributing to pain.
Yeah, if you wake up sore in pain, there's a likelihood that you're sleeping in a posture creating it.
Speaking of which, Brad, by the way, to help with pain, we are giving away this week a doozy. We are giving away a Sleepovation mattress. This happens to be a Sleepovation mattress. We'll show you some of the details of the mattress at the end of the video.
Yeah, at the end.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start, Brad.
Okay.
Now, right away here, I'm going to show you some of the errors of his ways. One of the first
Bob,
problems,
let's not get personal now.
Yeah, one of the first problems is he's got too many pillows underneath his head, so he's not in a rounded out position like this with the spine. Now, this is putting increased pressure on the neck, mid-back, and probably even the low back a little bit.
As well as it restricts your breathing, so that can be a pretty big issue.
Right. So we got to get rid of that. For some people, they sleep with their arms over their head. That's not good because it can actually put stress on the nerves all night long and the arms.
Right, the brachial plexus, yeah.
Even with his shoulders like this, they're kind of almost internally rotated or brought in a little bit.
Right, because everything's kind of
everything's scrunched down.
Yep.
The legs, sometimes people sleep with the leg out like this, and that's just not a good thing because it stretches out muscles all night long and it can cause problems with your hips. Even straight, you got the tension on the hamstring all night long, pulling on the back. So we're going to show you some alternatives here that can maybe help you.
Bob, people can't see me back up.
Well, we don't need to see you. So the first thing we're going to do, let's say, Brad, you're having a little neck pain.
Oh, gosh. Can I get rid of a pillow, Bob?
Yeah, let's get rid of some pillows. I actually think you could possibly get rid of 2 pillows.
I think so. Yeah, that is...
Now look how he's lined up a lot straighter. The other thing you can do, you can actually take a rolled up towel and put it, I'm not going to put it inside the pillowcase, Brad, but
there we go.
That's probably a little bit too much for you, isn't it?
It's not too bad. I would take, it would be a little bit smaller. Yep.
You can try that. You roll up a towel, take a smaller one if you need be, and place it in your little concavity here for your neck.
The lower part of your neck typically. You'll feel it. It'll feel like good support.
If that feels pretty good, what you can actually do is purchase something. You have a McKenzie cervical roll.
Yes.
Same thing. This would go inside your pillowcase and stay inside your pillowcase.
And nice thing about this, it's longer so that when you roll to your side, it stays in supporting your neck.
And we'll show you that later when we have him on his side.
Sure.
Now another thing, Brad, you can actually, if you want, this is something I do. I know this is strange.
Well,
but
that's not unusual.
Yeah, that's not unusual. If you are if you're really sinking in your mid-back right here, you can actually put this one in here. What I do, Brad, is I actually then use either 2 pillows or a pretty beefed up pillow.
So yeah, I'm gonna move this down a little. Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, yeah. That opens up the chest a little bit more for breathing.
Neck is still a little bit too much.
Yeah,
it's getting close though.
Yeah,
but it's something you may want to consider. Next couple of things, I would actually, if you have a large buttock and you have kind of a gap here.
So right above the belt line, that lumbar spine.
I would do is actually try a roll towel there. I know we got a lot of towels here and a lot of pillows, but it's worth it if you can sleep pain-free. So here's the size that Brad likes.
You know, if you're not having pain in your back, you probably wouldn't do this. But if you are, this is a good option. We got just a towel roll, put it around there, and I can already feel the support in my low back, which for me, with my spondylolisthesis, is always a good thing.
Well, what we're showing a little bit too, Brad, is if you lie on your side.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah.
It's also filling in the gap on your side.
Right.
So, again, if you like this, if it works out well for you, there is a lumbar roll that you can buy. McKenzie. We'll have all these things linked below.
I mean, if the towel works good for you and you're happy with it, you don't need to buy anything.
That's exactly right.
If you want to look, you know, these are a nice foam cushion. They have a tie, so you can tie it here. Typically, I'm not going to tie it.
Same thing. You can roll onto your side, and it'll be there no matter what.
Right.
Now, again, if you have a large buttock, that's going to cause more of a gap right here, and you could actually maybe have the back will be slumped.
Right. The other thing is, if you have a worn-out mattress and you can't afford a new one, this can compensate for that mattress.
That can help that, and also if you have that throw pillow right here, it can help solve that problem. So as far as your legs, Brad, it generally feels a lot better to have a pillow underneath your knees. We can throw the throw pillow.
I actually used one this exact size.
That's about the size I used
last night.
That's exactly what I do.
And I think probably the older you are, if you're a teenager, maybe this isn't so important, or 20s, but when you get some gray hair, things change in your life.
Yeah, look for every little bit of comfort you can get, and this really makes a difference. So, all right, Brad, why don't you go onto your side now, and we'll show, first off, a problem. This time, let's not have enough pillows.
So for here, and my head drops down, it feels like my head's falling into a hole.
Look how his head is angled that way all night long. We want his head right level. We want it, going straight across.
Yep.
This might be too much again.
No, it feels kind of good. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm feeling more in line. I don't think I'd want to go anymore.
Right. Again, if you also want to fill in that gap on the neck, you can use the cervical support that's over there, right?
Yeah. You can get your towel roll, and that fills that in nicely.
And you can put it in the, again, you can put it inside the pillow if you want to.
Yeah, the pillowcase, and it doesn't, you slip it right in there. I've done that many times with patients.
All right. The other one,
of course, the McKenzie roll.
You can purchase.
I think that definitely is a little more comfortable than the towel.
Right. It seems to be made for that particular thing.
The density is really made for it.
Now, this one is, I think, worth its weight in gold.
Oh, we're doing the canal?
Yeah, the canal.
Not the Erie Canal.
If you're having, let's say you're having trouble with the shoulder that's lower, the one that you lie upon, which you shouldn't if you're having trouble with it. But if you do, you create a canal here. And you take pressure on the chest, thorax, and on the head.
Right. Yeah. So that rib cage on the side there, and I can feel that pressure release off of that shoulder.
My wife became a big believer in this.
Really?
She could not sleep at night, and she was doing it all wrong. I don't know what she was doing.
Well, Bob,
something bizarre.
Weren't you helping her?
How many? I finally helped her
after a couple years. Of suffering,
it was a couple of weeks, but it wasn't that long. But anyway, so then we got her hooked up here, and she slept all the night, all the way through the night.
So she's got her pillow set, and you got your pillow set.
Yeah, we're a pillow company, a pillow family, I should say.
Okay.
All right, let's say the upper arm. This arm is the painful arm. In this case, yes, you need more pillows. I'm going to grab a regular pillow, and we got our Sleepovation pillow over here, Brad.
Yeah, this is this idea of sleeping. If this shoulder is bothering you, and if you don't support it while you're lying on your side, you'll notice a big difference.
Yes.
I can pretty much guarantee
that. Now, it's funny,
that.
one pillow probably isn't enough.
Yeah, it helps.
It may be.
Yeah.
You could try it.
Depends how fluffy you are.
Put one in place. Then you often need another one to bring it up a little bit higher.
So, yeah, we cut this one in half.
That's the Sleepovation pillow. We like to show that it springs in there.
Yeah, look at that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But you would never know it until you cut it in half. They're completely unpalpable.
Yeah.
So
there you get comfortable, Brad?
Yeah, you do.
Ready to fall asleep?
Now, my wife's got a shoulder issue, and I showed her this. I did it pretty quick, though, Bob.
Oh, you did? You may have to revisit it.
She was grateful. No, but seriously, she was much more comfortable with the pillows there, and so.
Yep, and that's what you should do if you have the choice. You should put the painful shoulder on the top, and support it with 2 pillows.
Right.
All right, we showed the low back problem issue already, right, Brad? We showed you could take a rolled towel and have it rolled.
Yep.
Around your waist.
Yeah.
The other thing, I know this is so many pillows, unbelievable, but you want to maybe put a pillow between your knees and your ankles.
Yeah, this is going to address knee, hips, and or ankle pain. It's not just for the knees. It does change the hip posture.
It stops the hip from twisting, and it stops the back from twisting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have your hip like this all night long, this is really problematic. This will stretch the hip all night long, and you will have. I had so much pain from this, Brad. This was the one thing that I had trouble with.
So how many years did it take before you put a pillow in there?
It took a little while. You know,
a lot of times you don't know you're sleeping that way.
Right.
You have to kind of analyze it.
Well, I thought it just can't be that. You know,
right.
The one thing is causing the pain, but it was.
Oh, there's a pillow take here. I better put that on the inside so I can't see it.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, so you need about 30 pillows and roll towels and equipment. Now, how about sleeping on your stomach?
I don't like to.
No, ideally you don't. If you had to, Brad, if you really gun to the head, I would say maybe a pillow under the chest.
Sure.
Maybe a little more comfortable, right?
Yeah, and I know there's people that do sleep on their stomach.
I do for like a 10 minutes or something.
I knew someone that slept all night long.
Really?
Yeah. And we get people commenting too. So I think their neck is really flexible because they're over like that. And I don't know, they must turn their head.
Why don't you show what we mean by that, Brad?
So yeah, if you're sleeping like this and your head, your neck is at end range or near end range, which puts stress on the cervical column, and that can cause some irritation, headaches, things like that. If you don't go like this,
there,
you get a little.
You get a little bit of turn, not quite as an extreme turn. But so it's usually a little bit better.
And besides, if I turn my head this way, my mic gets banged up. I can't sleep that way.
The other thing, a lot of people when they're sleeping on their stomach have their arms over.
You know, well, both of them, Bob and I, have stories about waking up
with the arms sleeping,
and the arms are completely numb because of lack of blood flow. The brachial arteries been occluded, and you can't move. I remember once I bit my arm and I couldn't feel it.
Oh, I was trying to turn the alarm off, and both arms were
sleeping.
Numb. So I mean, literally, I was going like this.
That would have been fun to get a video.
Yeah, it would have had video.
That was before
video.
Cell phones, yeah.
Right. So ideally, avoid stomach sleeping. Yeah. So that's the 3 positions, Brad.
Did we get them all?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to show the mattress here now, Brad. If that's
yeah.
We're going to show the inner side of it. I'm really prepared here.
I normally don't sleep this high off the ground. That's a long ways down.
Got a lot of junk here. We're coming. We're coming.
Now we're going to show how this particular mattress is made.
Yeah.
I can personally vouch for the support on my lumbar back when we showed the towel roll underneath the lumbar spine. I do not need this at all. This took care of that problem.
You don't need the lumbar roll because this.
Right. What did I say? I don't know.
You kind of went opposite of that. Every mattress has 700 individual mattresses. Coil springs. It's got airflow channels, so it's cooler. It's because of this design, it's really comfortable. It really hits every bony spot and any pain spot you may have.
Any pressure points are relieved, and any parts that need support, the hollow spots, the lower spots, they're supported just by the nature of it. And we, like my story I just said, that's we speak from personal experience.
Everybody I've had come to our cabin and try this mattress has loved it, and in fact, they went out and purchased one.
Well, why don't you just give them that one? If they got a pickup truck, they can fit it in the back.
Well, because there's been too many people. So, all right. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything
except for
a broken heart.
And I'm thinking the mattress might be beneficial to that.
What are you saying about?
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
Bring
I'm
people
just-
together. All right. Thanks for watching.